What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, some interesting boxing news. There were some potential opponents out there for Chavez Jr. to make his comeback. As you guys know, his last fight, he tested positive for having marijuana in his system. That was last year against Julio Martinez. And now they're talking about making him fight with Martin Murray in Mexico. Initially, one of the opponents and names that were being thrown around was Brian Vera, and it looked like they were really close to making that fight happen. That or Barker, but I don't know if Barker priced himself out or he just wasn't as appealing. So everything that I heard was leaning towards Brian Vera, which makes sense because if they do a fight in Mexico, Brian Vera is of Mexican descent. He's from Texas, huge Mexican population out there, Hispanic population. So that fight makes sense. I was interested in that fight. However, I must admit, Martin Murray, I didn't know much about him prior to Chavez, or excuse me, Sergio fighting him. But after that performance against Sergio, I could see why promoters would switch gears and want to make that Chavez Jr. versus Martin Murray fight. And I will be honest, I'm okay if Brian Vera, if that fight takes place, but I would rather see Martin Murray versus Chavez Jr. One thing I got to give props to, a lot of these Mexican fighters are fucking tough. I mean, this dude, Chavez Jr., when he first came out, I wasn't too impressed with him. I was like, yeah, he's definitely a shell of his father's ability. His father was an excellent chin, or had an excellent chin, body puncher, etc., etc. But Chavez Jr., this dude is durable and this dude is tough, and he did go the distance with an elite fighter, in my opinion, which is Martinez. So these Mexican fighters are tough. To come off of a 9, 10, whatever year layoff, whatever it's been, by the time these guys get in the ring, a layoff and fight someone who's like Martin Murray, who had the performance that he just had against Sergio Martinez, that says a lot. I mean, this guy is game. I just hope Chavez Jr. can get his act together. He's had a lot of problems with just focus and discipline. He had a DUI in the Andy Lee training camp. The marijuana tested positive for that in 2008 or 9. He tested positive for having some kind of diuretic in the system, which was a banned substance. So he's had his ups and downs. They documented some of it on the 24/7, just waking up at weird hours and sleeping all day. Like, he acted like he was high. But back to the matchup, Martin Murray versus Chavez Jr. Again, this is an excellent matchup. Chavez is definitely tough for taking on Martin Murray if this fight does go down. It's not official as of right now, but he'll have the home crowd advantage. But this guy is, I mean, you've seen how he performed in Martinez's backyard of Argentina. This guy is game. He knocked Sergio down and he gave Sergio all he can handle, be it an older Sergio, but it doesn't matter because Sergio looked much more dominant against Chavez Jr. minus the 12th round than he did against Murray. So this guy is a game competitor. He's used to going into people's backyards in terms of Martin Murray, and I think it's a good fight. I think it's a hell of a fight. Other thing is Martin Murray looked supremely bigger than Sergio in the fight, and we know that Chavez Jr. has the ability or the pattern of rehydrating 15, 20 pounds or whatever. So this would even the scale. I had Chavez beating Brian Vera for sure, but this is a more intriguing match to me. I just really want to see it. So hopefully they get all the T's crossed and they dot their I's and make this match happen. Hell of a match. And we'll see what this kid has. We'll see what Chavez Jr. is like. How focused he comes back. How much he wants a Martinez rematch. Based on Martinez's last performance, Chavez definitely has a chance just based on attrition, based on Martinez. Looks like he's slowing down, getting a little bit older. He's sustaining injury after injury. So not that Chavez Jr. is a more skilled fighter, but if Martinez can't duplicate what he did in the first round, he's going to have problems because Chavez is much bigger. He's much younger. And if Chavez can work on his conditioning, Martinez is going to have problems. But we will see. As far as this Martin Murray, I think it's a hell of a matchup. Better than all the other matchups that I've heard in terms of Barker, Brian Vera. So let's see what this kid has, and let's see how dedicated he gets. And that's all I really got to say. Let me know what you guys think of this fight. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next videos, Ego signing off.